Hi everyone, Barry here from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for episode 3 of our Funfold Friday series. So today's Funfold, I'm going to be using the Pampered Pets stamp set to create, wait for it, this card right here. So, and here comes my very own Pampered Pet. Tommy, no, you can't sit here. That's it. Nope. See, try and do a series with animals, and somebody is right here edging his way. He's going to come in very soon. So, but this is the card which I'm going to be showing you how to create. Let's see, right here, right now. He's snuck himself in. So, so this is the one which I'm going to be showing you how to create. Nice simple fold card. I think it's called a display card. I'm not exactly sure. So if anyone knows a correct name for this one, please please let us know. But I think I've seen some other people call it a display card. So there we go. This is the one which I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to go through all the products which I use to create this card. If you would like to purchase anything and you live within the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, or Austria, you can purchase products from us. Links can be found down below in the description as well. And yes, so I'm just going to clear away Tommy, because he's been I can't craft like this. As cute as it is, I can't craft with Tommy right here. So I'm going to get rid of him for a moment, and I'm going to then show you how to create this card. Okay, so the items you're going to be needing, obviously you will need if you want to create it exactly, is the Pampered Pets stamp sets. You will need a paper trimmer. Now, paper trimmer is really important for this card, and a paper trimmer where you can cut down the ruler as well is really important for these fun folds. Up the top here, and the ability to then measure down the side. I am going to be working in inches today because my ruler down the side here is only in inches, so it's just easier for me to work in inches. So you'll need one piece of basic grey cardstock. Now this is measuring 6 inches by 10 inches, okay? And you will need some scrap pieces of basic white cardstock for doing some stamping of your animals. And you will need some scrap here just to die cut out a circle punch. This is the offcut from an A4 piece of card like this. Just taking that bit out there. So they're bits for stamping and decoration later on. As for the pattern paper, you will need two pieces measuring 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. You will need 2 of those. You will need one piece here measuring 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. That one. You will need 2 smaller rectangles here measuring 1 3/4 by 3/4. So again, that's 1 3/4 by 3/4. And you will need a bit here measuring 3 3/4 by 3/4, and you will need 2 of those. I will write those measurements down below, so you don't need to worry about taking notes now. I will pop them down below in the description for you, and to make it a bit easier. Okay, so that's what you will need. So I will go through the cutting on this. Now the cutting instructions for this is quite specific, so I will go through that separately in a moment. But you can go ahead and prepare your card base and these items here in a coordinating, contrasting designer series paper. Okay, once you're ready, if you want to take your 6 by 10 piece of cardstock, and what we want to do is we want to pop this in the trimmer here along the short edge. So I'm going to be cutting along the short edge, and I want to line this up with 1 inch along this side here. I'm going to bring my trimmer down, and I'm going to then pop the trimmer in, and I'm going to line the blade up. But I'm not really worried about it, but I'm just, as long as I line it up with 1 inch over on this side here, and then just bring it down. And then I'm going to cut between 1.5 inches and 7 inches. So I've got my 1.5 inches here on my ruler, and I've got my 7 inches down here. So I'm going to cut between 1.5 and 7. And you probably heard me say before, the good thing about this ruler is that you do have some lines here, which then you just line that line up with your ruler mark where you want it to stop, and that's where you stop. Okay, and then what I want you to do is I want you to do exactly the same the other side. So now line it up with a 1 inch on this side here, and then cut between 1.5 and 7. And that's that. Okay, so you're now ended up with a piece of paper here, which looks like this, which has now got these 2 slit marks in like this. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to get rid of your cutting blade, and you now want to be using your scoring blade. And we want to now score along the long edge with the smallest parts. So you've got a big bit here with no cut lines in it, and you've got a small part here with a smaller gap. This part needs to be on the left hand side. Okay, and you want to then score this at 1.5 inches between the score line, between the cut lines. So again, you're obviously taking that from 1 inch down to 5 inches. And again, like I said before, you've got the little marks which you just line up with the cut line, and then bring it down to here with your cut line like that. So I'm going to line it up at 1.5 and then score between the cut lines. So 1.5, and then take that over to 2.5 between the score between the cut lines. And 7. So I'll just extend my ruler out, take it to 7 inches, and score between the cut lines. Okay. So you'll now end up with something which looks like this. So you've got a score, score, and a score. Now we want to score on the outside edges, so we want to be scoring on these parts right here. Okay, so pop it back in again, and we want to score this at 4 inches, just up to the cut line now. So up to the cut line and down to the cut line at 4 inches, and then at 6 inches, but you want to go all the way down. So you're doing the whole thing. So that's what that is going to look like. Okay, good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this first, and then we'll do the scoring. So if you remember correctly, if you've gone and cut these already, this part here is going to go here. We've got that one that's going to go here, that one there, and those 2 are going to go here. So go ahead and stick those pieces down now, and then I'll show you how to cut these bits right here. And there we have it. So that's those parts stuck on to start off with. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to take these 2 pieces here, which is going to be the side pieces. So again, make sure that you work with this with an orientation. So I've got my pattern going up there. It doesn't matter, I'm not too fussed, but I need to make sure, decide what one I want to be. So this one is going to be this side, this one is going to be this side here. So when I'm cutting and popping it along the trimmer, this is the cutting edge I need for this one, and this is the cutting edge I need for this one here. Otherwise, if you get it mixed up and you cut on this side, then when you go and stick it down, the pattern is going to be upside down. So just pay attention to how you're doing it. So just look at that. We need to cut a gap out this side here, and then we need to cut a little bit out this side here. So just pay a little bit more attention to that part when you get to it, because it will go wrong otherwise. So I'm going to take this one first, Okay, so this is my cut edge from the piece on the, which I've taken from the left-hand side. And I'm going to pop the long edge now along the trimmer, okay? So I want to pop the long edge and I want to line this up with 3/4 of an inch over this side here. And I want to cut down to 2.5 inches. And then I want to do the same the other side as well, line it up with 3/4 of an inch. And then bring it down and cut down to 2.5 inches. And then all I want to do then is just line this up with 2.5 inches along the short edge and then just cut between. So basically some 3/4 of an inch down to there. But if you just cut between the lines, you'll be fine. So just take it careful and then that will then just slide itself out. So that's how you want to cut the first parts, and that bit will then fit perfectly inside over here like this. All right, then what we would do is we'll take this part here, remembering that this side here is my cut edge. So the cut edge is this side, bring my trimmer back in, and so then I want to then make sure I'm cutting along that edge here. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing, line it up at 3/4 of an inch, but this time we're going to only come down to 1 inch. And the same thing over this side here, 3/4 of an inch, and down to 1 inch. Pop it in along the short edge, line it up at 1 inch, and then we can then cut between those score lines, those cut lines, sorry. And then that pops out like that. So you've got some bits there which you can make some other cards with as well. So if I bring this back in, and then that's those two pieces like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. And there we have it. So that is that card now cut, scored and decorated. So I just want to get everything ready before I go into the actual correct folding of the card. So what I'm going to do now is this bit here is going to go down on the bottom here, and I'm going to use this for just as a bit of an accent behind one of the animals. And I'm going to be using the dogs this time, but I'm going to do my sentiment first. So the sentiment I'm using is, I hope your day is a real treat. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp that on a bit of basic white paper, and then I'm going to die cut that out in a second. So I do that one here in the center, and that one. Pop that to one side and I'll let that dry, and I will die cut that one in a moment. I'm then going to take my dogs. So I want the front and the back. And then I'm just going to just stamp these in Memento. Now I'm going to be colouring these in some blends, so which is why I'm going to be stamping in Memento, okay? That one. And this one right here. So on my prototype I've done cats, so I figured I'd do dogs on this one as well. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you like to purchase anything, you can do. You can find links to our online shop down below in the description, and the links to the specific products as well can be found down below in the description as well. So if you like what you see and you'd like to purchase, please head down there. So good, so that's those bits there. I'm now going to do a bit of colouring. So I have got myself some soft suede combo, so light and dark soft suede combo, and I'm going to colour these exactly the same. And I'm just going to colour in this fella here all over, and then do this one right here. So we do actually run a colouring masterclass as well, if that is something which interests you, which Jay looks after that for you, and he teaches you how to colour specific things. So at the moment we've already had a colouring masterclass for flowers. So if that's, and that is still available though, so if that is something that interests you, you can still go ahead and book in and purchase that class. So it's a couple of hours colouring tutorial using the magnolia flowers, but the tips can be used across lots of stuff, okay? So if that's something that interests you, go and check out that. Our next one is skin tones and fabric colouring using the Hey Girlfriend stamp sets. So that's what we will be using. But if you just head over to mitosucrafts.com, check out our classes and events, and you will find everything on there. So I'm just going to colour these in now, and then I will then construct the card. And there we have it, just some basic colouring with the Pampered Pets. So I just want to show you something here. So that's what you can achieve with a little bit more time and knowledge with colouring if you'd like to. So I've just realised I'm just going to go and grab myself a colour lifter. I want to do something with the eyes because Jay's done it a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my colour lifter here, and I'm just going to lift a little bit of this colour around the eye here, just to lighten that part down. So this tool is very, very handy if there's something you don't like, and then instantly that's already just, I think it brought that eye, that face to life a little bit. So that's what Jay's done. And this is what I've done here, some basic colouring. That's it, colour lifter is your friend. So there we go. Good, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut these ones out. So they come with a coordinating dies as well, so you've got the pet dies. So I've got that one for that one. And I have that one for the backgrounds. And then I'm going to use a rectangle stitch die to do the sentiments. And there we have it. So that's those done. So I'm gonna decorate this after I fold it, but I'm gonna pop that, and that is gonna go like that. And then that one is gonna go over here like this. So I can go ahead and stick this one onto that then. So I'm just gonna pop some glue in the center and then just stick this feather down onto that one. So the grey just acts as a bit of a border, just to hopefully make it pop off the page just a little bit. And I'm going to stick the others down with dimensionals, but I will stick all of that down once I've constructed. So now this is the part you've all been waiting for, the construction side of it. So we want to, I'm going to start with the center parts here. So I'm just putting my fingers through, and kind of I want to fold that one down. So we've got a mountain here, and then this one here is a valley. And then just manipulate that. So mountain, valley, and then we then want to then go a mountain and then a valley. So you just need to manipulate it. Just takes, once it's gone, it will go, it's fine. It will fold itself. That's it. And then crease that one over there as a mountain, that one there as a valley, and then the two. So as we bring this over now, everything folds up. Okay, so and there we have it. Okay, so it was start on the middle one, so we want to do mountain, valley, mountain, valley, and then it's mountain, valley. All right, it's a bit fiddly as you saw, but it does just give it some time and just take it slowly and manipulate it, and it will work fine. Grab yourself a bone folder just to crease off these edges just a little bit. And there we have it. Okay. And this is designed, it's designed for a 6x6 bit of card and envelope as well. So once folded flat, it's a 6x6. Okay, so that's that. So good. We will now stick this one down over here. So obviously decoration is completely down to you. I've kept this one relatively basic, but I like it. So, but do be as elaborate or not elaborate as you wish. Copy exactly if you wish. I don't mind. That's fine. So, case away. So, I'm going to use some dimensionals, and we will pop some dimensionals on the back of the sentiment here. Which is good. So links to everything, as I said, can be found down below. So our online shop, our donation button, links to our blog, everything can be found down below in the description. So if you'd like to find out a bit more, then head down there and have a little look. So I will pop a link, will be popping up, it should be somewhere along the video here, with the links to our other Funfold Friday videos. So if this is the first one you've seen, then you can go back and you can go and see the others which we've done. Obviously at the time of recording, this is only the third Friday. And there we have it. And there is our display card for our Funfold Friday episode 3 series. Love it. Really, really happy with that. It's nice fun fold, really easy to do. You can use up your designer series paper. Perfect. And do a bit of stamping as well. Win-win all round, I think. And I think that will look great on anyone's mantelpiece, fireplace, wherever you display your cards. I think that will look great. Lovely. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, that's it from me today. And we will be back with you again for our lives on Sunday, and we will be back with you again for another Funfold Friday next Friday, same time, same place. And look at this. She's just come in just out of, I think this is Minnie, has just come in to say goodbye as well. Tommy started, Minnie is ending. Come on. Thank you, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye.